Hello and welcome back to Bluebird Lane Creations. My name's Tiffany and it's time to get creative. I would like to welcome you back to my channel and thank you guys for subscribing and returning. I would like to thank some new subscribers, Sharon Horth, Angela Toma, and Donna Harper. I really appreciate you guys subscribing this week and being here with me. I know I can't get to everybody, but I thought I'd start thanking a few people personally if I can. And so anyway, I wanted to thank you this week for subscribing, and hopefully you'll be the returning ones next week. I want to encourage anyone watching to please subscribe to my channel. It's really supporting me getting to my goals, and I adore the interaction. I have had so many wonderful comments, and a couple of them have even made me super emotional. So one of those things, I'm going to share something with you today that you guys are going to just really enjoy. You know, like my videos, if you liking the content, like them. I also like to hear in the comments, you know, I had one person give me some a little bit of a critique, and I really appreciated it. I appreciated her honesty. There was just a couple things that she had suggestions on that I could do differently, and originally I read it and I was like, oh, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, wow, that's actually really helpful. So feel free to give me any kind of comment. I want to hear from everybody, and I want to know how I can get better, how I can provide you guys content that you want to watch, and things that you enjoy. So we're going to go through a few things today, but before I get started, I wanted to share something super special with you. I had asked in my Buy Nothing group if anyone had a letter opener. I don't have, you know, a little letter opener, and my Buy Nothing group is a group in my local community where you can get things for free. They're all over the world, so look into the Buy Nothing project near you. But I wanted to be able to open Happy Mail, and occasionally I'll be doing that on camera. And anyway, someone in my group with the most generous heart, her name is Denise, her sister had told me she wanted to make me a letter opener. And at first I was like, oh, how are you going to do that? Just like wire some beads around it or what? And but I said, sure, I would love that. And she said the only catch is I had to go over and open it in front of her. So I went over and I met Gwen and her sister Denise, and sat in their home, and truly I just made two new best friends, I'm sure. It was kindred spirits, sisters from different misters, call it whatever you want. They are going to be a joy to have in my life, and I can't imagine spending as much time as I did without knowing them, because I'm better for it. We're going to be doing some crafting together down the road here. But okay, let me get to this. She took this butter knife. Okay, this is a butter knife in here. And she clay molded these beautiful bird wings. I'm going to try to hold it up so it can catch the light here, which happen to be in like a peacock coloring and pattern, which is my favorite bird. I love peacock, and I love those jewel tones. Then she added onto this a piece of salvaged jewelry that was her mother's. Now her mother has passed away, but she gave me this treasure, which when she told me that it was her mom's, it touches me when people are able to do that and share that love. And then she added this little beaded dangle, which she created herself and added. Isn't that the coolest letter opener that you could imagine? So this will get so much love and is now famous, right? It's famous YouTube channel style. We love it. So I thought it was really cool that she found a butter knife with this like acrylic kind of block on here. That's really interesting. But it worked out, and she put these wings on. I'm in love with it. So that'll be a forever item on my crafting space. And we're going to jump right into some Happy Mail. I want to go over the few things that I have received from some of my groups. Some of these things I'll be responding back with their, you know, exchanges and such, and other things were just random act of kindness. You'll see RAK a lot, and that's random act of kindness. It's just you sending a randomly piece of love out to someone. Happy Mail, random act of kindness, same thing. I'm going to hide the addresses here. So this first thing, I've told you guys in the past about the Wall of Inspiration. I am in a group called Junk Journal Junkies, etc. It is ran by Kelly Snow, and it is a wonderful group to participate in. The Wall of Inspiration is a wall of inspiration. People, you agree to send out each month, and they agree to send out, and sometimes you get stuff and sometimes you don't get as much as you send, but it's the idea of putting love out there. So Tabitha has made me this gorgeous envelope. Now I want you to just hear it for just a second. Okay, yeah, all the crinkling. So what she did, she took, and there's treasures in here. I'm going to remove them for just a second. So she took there's a book page, and it looks like on the back she may have put some pattern paper. So book page and pattern paper together. She added a doily in there, and then she sandwiched it between two pieces of like tracing paper, something really thin. I'm assuming it's tracing paper. And then she sewed all around that and had folded it up and glued that together. So it's sewn all the way around and then folded up and glued together to make this beautiful little pocketed envelope for a junk journal or anything. I mean, she just sent it to me like this as a treasure, and it's perfect. So hope this finds you doing well for your WOI, which is Wall of Inspiration, Tabitha. And I am doing well, and this is beautiful, Tabitha. She included in here two altered playing cards. So these used to live their life as, you know, like just playing cards that you would play poker or rummy or whatever. And she just altered these. This looks like it could be sewing pattern, or maybe just a patterned paper on the back here. It looks like she started with maybe some gesso on the card to give it a little grip. She sewed around the edges. She added some different lace here, some little vintage photo looking additions, little butterflies and roses, crinkled up as thread, and a little envelope here that looks like maybe she made and sewed on there. These are just wonderful. Isn't that cool? These are also about the size of an artist trading card, which an artist trading card would be something like this. That it didn't maybe start as a, doesn't have to start as a playing card, but an artist trading card is, I think it's 3.5 by 2 inches, and you do your art on it, and then you put on the back your information as an artist, and you trade it with other artists so that they have your information. So those are really special, and I loved them, Tabitha. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to tuck that to the side because that's going to go on my Wall of Inspiration. We'll put that back in the basket here. All right, next. Yeah, okay. So this, I'm going to take all this stuff out because it's going to be a lot here, and we'll set it to the side and kind of go over what's in this package. So this this came from Rosemarie Caudell, and this is just a random act of kindness. We're not in a group together. She just sent this to me randomly, and I just want to share how special this was. First, before I get into this, let me read you this little note. I'm hoping she doesn't mind, but this was probably the most special thing I've received so far on my YouTube channel, so I have to read it. Hi, Tiffany. I've been really enjoying your videos a lot lately. You seem to come up with great ideas, and they give me great inspiration, which at times I need it. I don't like making the same thing over and over. I love new things. So far, since I joined YouTube, your YouTube channel, I have made a couple of your pages. Keep up with the wonderful things you do for your subbies. Take care and be safe. Rose Caudell. So I just thought that was so nice. So she sent me a handful of things here. She sent me some of these little kind of like policy file envelopes, some glassine bags. It's a little thicker than glassine, but you know, maybe like bakery bag. She sent me a couple I have some super tiny, where are they? I have these itty bitty tiny grocery bags, and I've never seen them this size, so I was super thrilled to get those. She sent me a couple of these. Now you can make little pockets out of these. You can do all sorts of fun things with bags like this. So these are all super fun. We'll probably do something with bags soon because I have a lot of them. Then she made me this little, like a library pocket. It's got a pocket up top here with a little thumb notch. She put in some of this beautiful gold vellum that you can see through, and I just love that. She tucked in all sorts of little ephemera pieces, vintage photos. This looks like a tiny little Tim Holtz doll. I have not found the little tiny Tim Holtz, so I'm hoping to find some of those soon, but that is so cute. And just a lot of little ephemera pieces. And then on the back is a side pocket. So you could almost, attach this with a hinge, like out of paper, and then you have both sides. So you don't actually have to glue it down. You would maybe hinge that. So that's really cool. And I think I'm going to make a junk journal that's just going to include items that I've received from exchanges and such. She sent me, this is literally the most gorgeous piece of lace that I have now. I'm assuming this came from like a wedding dress or something. The beads on here and this lace, I just want to hold it and keep it as is. I know eventually I'll probably have to cut it or glue it or do something with it, but for right now, I'm just appreciating this sparkle. Who knew that, when you're growing up, you think you'll only get to enjoy a wedding dress once. I plan on, if I can find one at Goodwill, I'm going to buy one and, use all these bits and pieces because those are just beautiful. I'm assuming that she made these. I apologize. I should have had these open. I'm assuming that she made these little beads here. They look like, and I'll just take a few out. They look like rolled paper beads, which I've never seen in person. I've only seen on other people's channels. I have no idea what kind of glue you use to make these because my fingers get glue all over them. And I'm not quite sure how they look so shiny and clean. So if anyone has a video on how these little beads are made, I'd love to just watch. I guess I could look it up myself. Anyway, I'll find it but sometimes I forget to look things up later. So she gave me all of these little rolled paper beads, which these are great projects to do with like bright magazine pages. I've seen beads that people have made from them. I just never watched how they actually make them. And then this goes on and on and on. She gave me this cute bag, and I'm going to take these out one at a time. She made me dangles, and they are gorgeous. So this is, it's got a little like lobster clasp up here, the little star. This looks like maybe a salvaged earring piece with a little flower in it, and then a beaded angel that she put on the bottom, which it looks like she beaded that part herself. So I have this beautiful angel dangle. She sent me a new pin for my glue. Isn't this adorable? It's nice because I do have the larger ones, but sometimes you're looking for something a little less in the way, and this is so beautiful. It looks like she had a head pin, or I'm sorry, not a head pin, just a pin. The word is escaping me right now. Somebody tell me what this is. But then she put an earring back on here, which is so clever. And if you can see that, it's got the two little holes from like a post earring. And she was able to connect the jump rings to that to bead on, which is super clever, super clever. So I will definitely be getting some use out of this little guy. Let's see if I can even get it back in its home. Okay, I don't think that's on very tight, but we're going to leave that there. And then, goes on and on. Then she made this dangle, which is, it has the little clasp up top, some beadwork here, and then it looks like she rolled fabric and she put around that like wire wrapping with beads, more beads down here, and then the little crown at the bottom. So super cute. These are things that I would dangle, you know, from the back, from the spine of a junk journal. It would look so cute. This one's a little heavier, so I definitely would use it on the spine. Very adorable. And last but not least, this gorgeous pink chunky monkey. It looks like, so we've got the, it's on a bulb pin, and then she put one of her rolled paper beads here, and this chunky, beautiful pink and black bead. Pick these kind of things up from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's Fabrics. Pick these things up when they're on super duper sale, because you can find, you know, 50% off often, and sometimes even more. I've even seen like 70% off beads. The little dangle at the bottom here says inspire on one side and believe on the other. So just really, really cool. All right, let me just put the beads in here, and then I'll set this to the side, and we'll get to the next here. Thank you so much, Rosemary. That was just, I opened that on my deck sitting in the sunshine and was just floored. You know, I expect things in the mail from my groups and whatnot, but this was my first like complete out of the blue random act of kindness, and you know, I super appreciate it. I appreciate your work and love that you put into this. All right, tuck that one in. This one was from a group that I'm in, the Junk Journal Junkies, etc. They do random act of kindness for holidays. They've got teams assigned for this. This was from the owner of the group, Kelly Snow. She sent me these cute little items as handmade Valentine exchange. So she made this little, this looks like it was out of maybe a digital printout, and she cut that and made a little pocket out of it. Love this flower, so beautiful. And then she wrote on there, Happy Valentine's Day from the Sweeties. So the Sweeties must have been the group of people assigned to send out Valentine love. Look at this little photo print, so pretty. And then she made me a little dangle heart. Enjoy the little things with these 3 gemmies on there. Let's see, we've got some little cut apart items. You are beautiful. Look at this. This was one of my favorites, this little vintage bird. It says Bertha, either Doering, D-O-E-R-I-N-G. I don't know if that's an artist, but it's beautiful. This little feather, some digital prints. These may have come from the same kit that was used with this. I'm not sure. Lots of flowers, and this one with the bees. I love this. Eventually I will be making a journal. I'm an Outlander fan, and the last book that I have is called Go Tell the Bees I'm Home. And anyway, they've got bees throughout the book. And then this little vintage lady with her hats, just so super cute. Very fun. Thank you so much for that, Kelly. And I will get that set aside. I got another sweetie mail. Now this is from another person in the Junk Journal Junkies, etc. group, only this one was kept secret. So this one they did not say who they were, and that's fine. They sent out this little thing. It says, congratulations, you've been hugged by a sweetie. Enjoy your package of goodies. Please post pictures and thank yous in Junk Journal Junkies, etc., which I will do. I wanted to film this video so I can link that as well. So I thought this was a really cool little Valentine that they sent me. And we're going to find out, okay, because I didn't want to scratch this off without you guys. So what it says is, what did the cupcake say at the jelly donut party? And then there's a scratch it to find out the answer. So we're just going to, my nail's going to look like it's super dirty after we're done here. But I thought we would scratch this together and find out the answer. Been dying to know the answer to this dad joke here. What did the cupcake say to the jelly donut, say at the jelly donut party? It's jam-packed in here. Get it? Get it? Jelly donut. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Tell your kids the joke. Okay, fun stuff. So I got this super cute pocket. This was made, it looks like out of a piece of junk mail envelope. It's got a little cutout heart. It looks like the die cut cut out this heart from something else and then they replaced it into here. So it's like you cut two pieces of paper the exact same way and then you take the center part from one and put it over here and this one to that one. So that was kind of neat. And then a couple playing cards. I love this pink color. These playing cards are something that I will eventually do some episodes on altering playing cards. So, you know, I actually have a lot of those in various sizes and we will do stuff with all of them. And then I got this massive, gorgeous goodie. Now this was an envelope with a window and look what she did, whoever made this. There is a slide out like bookmark, this huge slide out bookmark, and it's really substantial, like it's really thick and it's like made perfect for this pocket. There's little tickets on here, little heart, raised heart stickers, a little postage stamp that says you and me, and then there is a larger pocket with a piece of like stationery. So cute, so clever of a little idea here. So that was a super special gift to receive and very clever on the creativity. Really fun. All right. And then I got this little envelope sending you love. Isn't that cute? Okay. Let me tuck that one away. And I think, yes, we're on our last piece of Happy Mail and then we will move on. This one is from Lori Fowler. And this, let me see. I'm trying to see which group. Oh, here we go. Let me see. So, Tiffany, thank you for your great junk journaling inspiration. I love your videos and you are doing great. Oh, thank you so much, Lori. So this is from someone watching my videos, not one of the group, which is so lovely. I'm not asking for Happy Mail. One of the reasons, you know, that I don't want a bunch sent to me for a number of reasons. Number one, I don't have a lot of storage space. Number two, I have a health condition that limits how much I can sit, and I am one of those people that want to send back to everybody that I receive, but I know that I won't get to it, especially if it gets out of control. So, but I am thankful for little goodies. I mean, it's so fun to get something in the mail, and I hope that I can return that to as many people as possible. So she sent me this so cute sewn little heart. This will probably live in my craft room forever. I love it. It goes with my shabby chic theme in here. And then she put a little bulb pin with February 14th, which is the day I'm filming today. So this was perfect. Just, oh, so cute. She sent me this napkin. Now I am learning napkins, so I'm not going to use this one yet. I'm going to save it till I know what I'm doing. I am learning to add napkin to things like playing cards or to, you know, little envelopes or something that I can kind of Mod Podge it on there, or yeah, I'm just learning. I don't know how to add envelope or add napkins without making them crinkly or tearing, so I've got to practice my skill. But this napkin is gorgeous. I love fuchsias. They remind me of my mom. She always had little hanging fuchsia plants on the porch, and I have this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's upside down one direction and right side up the other. So just beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Let me see how I'm folding this all wrong. Okay. So there's that. Then she gave me this other napkin, which she cut. It says love on it, and she cut it into a heart shape. So fun. Isn't that beautiful? And then she made this little like policy closure envelope. This says love in the middle there, but it's all kind of like a floral die cut heart, which she added onto this like scrapbooking paper. she sewed in here a little kind of coffee dyed looking paper pad for writing on. Then down below in this little pocket, which is also sewn, she stuffed all kinds of little fun goodies, little tickets. Those are definitely Valentine. Oh, I didn't even notice she these have like little heart cutouts. Can you see those little heart cutouts right there? So cute. A piece of like heart embossed paper with some sort of border punch at the top. She made this little embellishment, which, you know, you can add more to. I love when it's plainer like this because I can add something that will match what I'm working on. So this was really neat. And it's just brown paper bag with a stamp, like a silhouette style stamp on a book page, or it might be a dictionary page there. A little cut apart that says "In Love" with a little cherub or Cupid, little Cupid. And then a little exo envelope with some, it looks like confetti, little wish circle, and then some, oh, they're lips, little lips confetti. Love it. Somebody's getting lip confetti next year. Somebody's getting all this. It's so cute. I love confetti. You know, as a card maker, I used to throw things like this in my shaker cards, you know, and you can make shaker elements for journals too. So don't be shy in trying something new if you've never done that. Seed beads and little confettis and sequins are all fun additions to so this is just so super cute. Thank you, Lori, so much. I will treasure these gifts, and I'm assuming at some point on my channel you'll see me use this napkin because I'm going to learn how to do it, and then we're going to make something with this beautiful napkin. I don't know what yet. I got to think of a special project for it to go on to. All right, so let's get these things set aside. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. I'm going to post this video in Junk Journal Junkies, etc., so that the folks that sent me items for our exchanges and programs there can see the items get opened. So now we're going to jump in to what I'm calling, this is because, you know, we moved from Monday. We have to think of a new catchy name. So we're going to jump into Tuesday Trash Rehash. Is it clever? Does it like roll off the tongue? The Tuesday Trash Rehash. Okay, that kind of sounded like wrestling. We're not wrestling. I've decided on Tuesdays, since I'm not doing the Monday Happy Meal estate sale thing, and I'm trying to conserve a little bit of money. We've got a skylight leaking, so I'm going to cut back on my estate sale shopping. But I do have trash all the time. We all do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how we can take something that may be trash and turn it into a rehash. So on Sundays, I'm doing something called Sample Book Sunday. This was the binding for the book that I found. It was actually inside the book. It was no longer attached to the outside, and I have wanted to do something with this. And I keep finding it in my little rolling cart here, and I don't want to lose it or have it break apart on me. So we are going to rehash this piece of trash. It's not really trash, it's a little treasure, right? Like, who would think of this as trash? Come on. But somebody might throw it away, so we're not going to let that happen. So what I wanted to do, and this is just going to be a super quick one. I'm going to tear this apart. It makes me nervous, but I'm doing it. We're going to make this into a few different pieces. So this has some real, like, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Yeah, you can. This is raised. It's embossed. This book was from the late 1800s. They just made things better. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of tearing along the lines in the book binding here. And we'll see if we can use all these little pieces. So we'll just make 4 little fun embellishments. Now, I had some gold doilies, which I thought I'd pull out. These are probably from, I'm guessing these are from Michael's, just by the label. The brand is called Celebrate It. It's in the baking where people set cupcakes on these things. So I think I bought these for card making so long ago that I can't even tell you. But since they're sitting in my stash, I wanted to use some of them in what we're doing today. I'm just going to go ahead and separate a few of these so that they're out when we. Sometimes these are, you know, they stick together. It's a little complicated at times. I don't know how many I need, but we'll set a few there. Then I thought if I wanted to, I could bring in some gold thread. So I have my roll of gold thread. This is vintage thread here. However, I did see some thicker thread like this at Michael's the other day. It was like $7, which I didn't realize how much thread was. You know, I was using all this vintage thread I have, and I wanted to go buy like a black and white, and it was like $3. I don't know why I was just flabbergasted. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money for thread. But if you could get a discount coupon or whatever, you know, you'll, maybe you could save some money. Then I have the little Tim Holtz. This is the Ideology Botanical. So I thought this has some little butterflies and stuff in it. I'm looking for probably the smaller items, like, oh, here, like this little butterfly that popped out. We'll find some smaller guys to include in our crafting today. I have my hot glue gun running over here, and I wanted to show you guys, I have a little jar. It has a lid, but I took the lid off. But I have like this jar full of my lace scraps. These are just pieces that are too small to be wound onto my spools. And so I thought we would just kind of yank out a piece. This one's got something on it, but the rest is definitely usable. This is definitely a piece that could be used for this. Gosh, now I'm looking at this gold. It might just be too bright. We'll see. Maybe we'll just use a tiny bit of it. Here's another one that would go with that. Let's see. That's probably a good start. Here's a little tiny bit of something. Anyway, we'll just keep with this lace that we have, and I'll get this put back over on my, maybe, oh boy, so much noise. Okay. Oh, this guy jumped out at me. We might be able to put a little bitty of that on too. Okay. So originally, what I had thought is I would put, you know, this on top of there. Maybe if we put a piece of lace over it, it'll get the shine off of this. Let's do a couple things. Let me get out my piece of, like just a piece of scrap paper, because I'm going to try to take like some, I don't think it's going to stay on here, but I'm going to take a little bit of Walnut Stain, and I have to rub this quite a bit because I just put new little pads on my things. Now this might just come off, but I just wanted to see. Yeah, that's not going to work at all. Okay, well, we just learned something. I figured with the shine it wasn't going to work, but okay, well, let's just take a little bit of this and put it behind. Get a pair of scissors here. And we may just, maybe we'll just use a little quarter of this. So I'm just gonna cut myself a quarter. We'll just use these other parts if we want to later. Okay. So what if we do that? Do we want, I'm just thinking this through, so I'm going to have that. Maybe we stack, oh yeah, let's stack that. So let me just cut a smaller piece of this. We'll save the little floral parts. So we'll put that with that, then that. then, because I want to leave as much of the words as possible here, do we want, let me see, this was that lace that just didn't want to trim. What if we put a little of this across the bottom or the top? Top has more space. I think I'm going to do it at the top. Okay, let's start gluing a little bit of this. I'm going to glue my lace to my doily. Okay, then we'll put a little glue on here, and we're gonna glue, doily, oh, it went through the little holes in the doily. Then we will glue this guy in place. And here I go, getting it all over the place. Now we'll get this guy across the top. Oops. I'll get rid of all my glue strings in a little bit here. Is there a right side or a wrong side? I can't tell. Just want the words to be legible when I'm done. And let me dig for just a little butterfly guy. That might be our guy. Let me see if I can find, I need to just pull some of these larger ones out. That's a cute one too. Just pulling some of these larger flowers and butterflies that I know are not going to go with this. I think all the small ones have fallen to the bottom here. Oh, that's a good one. I like this one with a little bit of yellow in there. Okay, we'll go with that one. Now, I am going to ink around the edges of this guy because it's a little bit too white for my taste. A little too stark white. So we're just going to give him a little distressing there. And then we'll just get a little dab of glue on him. I'm going to attach him right there. And there's one little piece done. And I'll just set that guy to the side. All right, let's move on to our next one. Now, I'm not sure that I'm loving these bright gold doilies, so I think that we're going to stick to some lace. I'm looking around just to see if I have anything else that we could pull in. I have this box of like gold flowers, maybe. Let me see if I can get I got these, it says $6.99, I'm telling you, I didn't pay that. These came from, I think, Brutus Monroe had an 80% off sale or something. I don't know. I bought a whole bunch of flowers a while back. I think I like this flower better. And we'll have to find a little centerpiece. Let me dig in my little treasure trough here and see if I have any pieces that would go in there. I mean, you could even do like, yeah, this one's a little too thick, I think, but you know, you could do something different. I have buttons around here somewhere. Let me see if I have any. I'm gonna grab my little, I have a cigar box that I've kept some buttons that I have been gifted by exchanges and such. And I wonder if I have a small, ooh, that's really pretty. These are little wood buttons, and I think I'm gonna do that. But I want to put a little lace with this first, so let's see what I want to do. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this at an angle here. That way we can get behind it. Oops, I did not mean to leave that. So we've got like two, you know, kind of like a butterfly wing there. And I'm going to cut off this little binding so it lays a little flatter. Okay, I'm liking the look of that. Let me just put a little bit of glue and we'll pick up our lace. We don't need a lot of hot glue when I'm putting the lace on because I want it to dry quickly. I do want to try to pull it down this way just a hair. All right. And let's see. Just looking to see, you know, if I want like a little flower or anything. I'm putting the main flower on there, so I probably don't need anything else. I'm just thinking through my process. Nothing worse than when you're finished and you look at it and it's like, oh, maybe I could have done something totally different. So let me just glue this guy down. And we'll get this button on there. Try not to put my hot glue on the holes because I don't want it to ooze through, but it'll probably ooze a little bit, and that's fine. And let's see. Do I want a little butterfly on here? Yeah, I think I'm going to add that on. Just get him inked up a little bit here. Age him just a little. Maybe we'll put just a hint of lace behind him. Yeah, just a little, something to give a little more texture to this little guy's spot. And later, if you want, depending on how you're going to use this, you can like kind of roll up the wings a little bit and fluff them up. Just to give them a little lift on the project. There's two little trash rehashed items. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do with this guy? What if we do something different and put a little bit at the bottom? Let's see how much of this we need. And I think I am going to leave the binding on to kind of hold that in. So we'll get some glue going at the bottom here. This one does have a little tear in it, so this will actually help hold it together, which is nice. Just going to pull that up just a little so it's not sticking down quite as much. All right, let's see if we have like a little flower or something that will look nice on this. That's way too big. Okay, there's got to be something. Got to be something in here that we can use. I really don't want, oh, that one might work. I think that was the same one, but maybe a little bit smaller. Okay. And then I just want to see what this will look like if we take a little bit of thread. Yeah, let's do that. So I take this and I wind it around about 3 fingers. I'm not using quite as much here as I might normally. And then I just, well, I kind of twisted. Let me try that again. Just, I rolled it on my fingers when I took it off. And I'm used to working with just a tad more than this, so. Okay. So I'm just going to grab it so that my loops kind of go a little wonky from each other. And I will touch this into the hot glue. I'm going to just put a little dab here. And I'm going to turn that. And I'm going to lay my little bits of thread in there, so that they can get good and stuck. Now this is a time where you can take one piece and just kind of spread them out just a little. So I've got just two circles here. The glue's drying, so you have some time to kind of maneuver things. And then that'll sit right below or kind of coming out from our flowers. So we'll get some little bit of ink on the edges of this guy. Since it's such a vintage colored book, I just don't want the stark white on there. I'm even going to go over the top just a little bit. Get those white spaces. Now I'm not going to go all the way up to these peaks because they are going to stick off of the top there. So I'm just going to get a little amount of glue there and put that guy into place. My glue gun is running low, so I'll get my next glue stick put in there. All right, and we just have one super little guy left. What do we wish to do with you, sir? I'll take a little bit. So this is that one that had that little discoloration on it. We're going to just go ahead and use it and not even worry about it. Let's see, what else do we have out here that's quite inspiring? I have some more. Oh, I have a little bluebird over here. I wonder. This is in a different Tim Holtz package of goodies. I'm not sure. But I like it. Just have to figure out what I want to do underneath of him. Just thinking things through. Let me think. I'm looking around my space. What if we use like a little bit of book page or something? I have some book page that's from the same book that we've been working out of. What if I use this word cheerfulness? See if I can tear that. Ooh, that was close. That was a close one. Just kind of a little wonky tear, and then we'll use that. See how we can do that. Let me tear this down just a little bit more. All right, let's get these edges inked up. This will be the last one, and then we're wrapping up here. I'm just looking at placement here to see how I want to do this. such a long word, like trying to get it right in a spot that's going to work. And I just don't think it's working out for me. I wonder, okay, maybe if we do it right there. I'm just going to commit to that. Let me put a little bit of glue at the, uh-oh, I have run over my glue cord here, so, okay, I'm just going to put a little tiny bead of glue on his wing here so that we can get this pinned in exactly the right spot for that. And then, okay, I think this is going to work. We'll just, we're going to make it work. Let me glue down my lace. Just get a good amount here on the back side for that. Get them positioned just right. Do we want to use the rest of this too? Kind of like this little end. Let's do that. Let's put that on there. It'll just use up the rest of this scrap that we have here. Okay. All right, so his wings are going to hang off. So don't do the tips of either wing. And then we do have a little bit of the tails. So we'll just kind of do this. Get some glue all over that guy. Bring our item up and kind of set cheerfulness straight up and down. And get that stuck down. Now I am going to kind of bend this because it's, all right, that's working. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to distress. Luckily this one isn't quite as white as the other ones, so no big deal. Just forgot my bird. Okay, let's give that a little fun. And I'm also, I should have put a little of this behind, but I think with the gold down here, it's fine. I'm going to leave that and call that good. I'm going to set my brown bag aside, push this aside, and bring these all in for you guys to have a little last look at. It's fun when you can take something that might have gone in the bin and do something special with it. It's just, I mean, it's all about repurposing and recycling and upcycling. That's what's happening these days. We need to reuse things that are around us instead of, you know, always buying and using something new and creating more garbage. So this is a really fun way to do that. I'll let you guys have a close-up look of each of these. This one had that bright gold. I wasn't a super fan of the bright gold, especially with another shade, but I definitely will still use this piece. Like, it's not going to waste at all. And I think that's really beautiful. We have our little piece here with the Tim Holtz rose on there. We added the little thread, lace, beautiful. This one I brought in the gold flower, a button, one of the little Tim Holtz butterflies, and some lace. And I just love that we kept a lot of that kind of filigree embossing. And then our last one, this little bluebird flying into spring, probably taking some of the string to build his little nest with. Some of this, anyway, okay. All right, my imagination's running wild. Thank you guys for joining me for Tuesday Trash Rehash, and leave me a comment. Tell me, you know, was there something that you liked, something that you didn't like, and let me know what's appealing to you, and if you're gonna be, you know, what you found around your craft room to rehash trash. All right, you guys, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.